Hey guys, Aaron Cybertron Zhang here, and today I'm back with another episode of Road to Ranked, where I climb the online VGC 15 ladder. If you watched yesterday's episode, you'll know that I'm actually going to be in St. Louis this weekend for Pokemon Regionals. At this time, I'm actually in St. Louis. I'll be competing tomorrow in VGC, of course. The whole tournament should be streamed at twitch.tv/Pokemon, so definitely check that channel out. Nugget Bridge is also going to be streaming the California Regional, so you'll have a ton of VGC content this weekend. California Regionals, I believe, however, is Sunday, so Saturday and Sunday, check out those two links. Hopefully I'll be competing on stream at the Pokemon stream, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and I decided I'd still record a couple of episodes for you guys while I'm gone so you could have some Road to Rank content. But we're going to jump right into it, as currently our rating is 1856, so, you know, I mentioned in yesterday's episode that I fell down a bit because I was trying some new things and they didn't work out very well, so we are trying to climb all the way back up to the 1900s now, but you know what, that's fine, I like the challenge and it is fun. And as I do get, you know, questions, when are you going to change your team, whatnot, after I come back from regionals, I'll be trying out a couple of new things for sure. I actually haven't had very much time in the past 2 weeks to try to build too many new things. Surprisingly, in real life and school is still really busy despite me being a second-term senior. But we're going to find an 1869 rated player, Nan from Japan, as we're going to jump right into it. Ooh, I like this team. Nan's got a team of Kangaskhan, Suicune, Sylveon, Arcanine, Aegislash, and Amoonguss. So Arcanine's definitely the thing that sticks out the most to me. Getting access to Snarl, bulky fire-type support, but we've also seen Choice Band Arcanine featured on Road to Ranked a while back. So, you know, both of us also have Suicune. The Amoonguss redirection is definitely annoying from my opponent. I think Venusaur here can be really valuable because it can avoid Amoonguss's Rage Powders, and it can also switch into Spores. So one reason why I like Venusaur so much. I think Gengar Venusaur here is very tempting as a lead. This is also one of the battles where I want to bring all my Pokemon, so I don't know who to choose. And the difficulty here is I don't know what kind of Arcanine set my opponent's running. If it's bulky support, then Heatran's really solid against it, but if it's Choice Band with close combat, you know, I can't face against it very well. Say it is bulky support, though, then I can easily deal with that Amoonguss, Aegislash, and Sylveon with my own Heatran, which is why I'm tempted to bring it. Let's see. I think Venusaur is a pretty solid call here as a lead. I like Venusaur Gengar a lot, so I think I'm going to go with those two. Bisharp here is really good because I can Iron Head, one-hit KO the Sylveon. I can knock off the Aegislash, knock off Amoonguss and Suicune. My own Suicune here is honestly kind of tempting, but I don't think it's the best call because my opponent has Amoonguss. So it's really between Heatran and Terrakion, and I'm leaning towards Terrakion mainly because it can one-hit KO the Kangaskhan and it can Rock Slide as well. Though Heatran here, also a tempting call, but I think having Terrakion for insurance against my opponent's main Mega Evolution, and only Mega Evolution, is gonna be better. But, team preview, even difficult for me nowadays. I think, there are a lot of times where I go into a battle and I realize, oh man, I probably should have brought this Pokemon or that Pokemon, but I think one of the marks of a good trainer is the ability to adjust even when you don't bring the Pokemon you want to. As we see Kangaskhan and Suicune coming out, here from my opponent against my Venusaur and Gengar. This is a decent matchup, I'd say. I'm expecting the Fake Out. I think we had this exact matchup the other day, actually. But yeah, I'm expecting the Fake Out onto Gengar and the Tailwind from Suicune. There's not much I can really do to prevent that. I think what I'm going to do is Mega Evolve, go for the Leech Seed, and go for the Will-O-Wisp onto Terrakion in case it chooses not to go for the Fake Out onto Gengar. What do you know? It goes for the Mega Evolution, so I'm guessing it's going to Fake Out Venusaur or maybe even go straight for the Double Edge, but hey, I'm fine because I'm going to be able to burn it as long as Will-O-Wisp connects here. So both Mega Evolutions coming out here, definitely two of the strongest Mega Evolutions, at least in my top 5 in VGC 2015 as of right now. Okay, we do see Fake Out going straight onto Venusaur. Perfect. So one of the plays I'm always tempted to do is switch out Gengar to take a potential Fake Out, but didn't go for it. Will-O-Wisp. Oh! That is Pokemon for you, ladies and gentlemen. But that's fine. All I have to do here is just protect and Will-O-Wisp the Kang. Man, I really would have appreciated hitting it there, but by Mega Evolving, my opponent basically gave up the option of attacking Gengar with Kangaskhan, unless it has like Crunch. So you know what? It's okay. Though I guess maybe it has Ice Punch and my opponent could potentially Ice Punch and Scald. But we're gonna see Suicune switch out here into the, I think that's Arcanine. It is going to be Arcanine, so cool to see my opponent bring it out here. Getting the Intimidate off, not going to matter against my, special attackers, but let's see what Kangaskhan goes for here. Venusaur goes for the Protect. I don't think Kangaskhan targeted Gengar here. I really don't. Yep, Double Edge straight into Venusaur. Will-O-Wisp. Oh, I'm getting flashbacks to Worlds right now. This is miserable. That's definitely unfortunate, guys. 2 WoW misses. Oh. Like, hitting it just would have given me so much more momentum, because now it would have allowed my opponent to just not do very much damage to this Venusaur. But I mean, it's still not a terrible position, but man, it would have been nice to hit at least one of those 2. Oh well, let's see. How do we go from here? I'm just suspecting a Double Edge into Venusaur and a Fire type attack into Gengar. Okay, I'm gonna switch out into Terrakion and go for... actually, I could... yeah, I'm gonna switch out to Terrakion Will-O-Wisp here. I just really want to get that Kangaskhan burn, man. I could have Sludge Bombed Arcanine here too, but we'll see what my opponent goes for. Yep, there's another Double Edge coming out. So that does a ton of damage to Terrakion. Does over 50%. That's actually crazy. Kangaskhan's so strong. As Arcanine here is going to go for that Flare Blitz as I expected, targeting down the Gengar. So that's fine. Let's see if Will-O-Wisp can finally connect. And it burns. Oh my god. Oh. I don't even have words for what's going on right now. I really do not. That's Pokemon. This is literally the 2013 World Championships all over again. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, in 2013 Worlds, I was in the semifinals, won the first game against Ryosuke Kosuge. Then, basically, throughout the 3 games, I missed 5 of my Will-O-Wisps. I actually missed 5 in a row until I finally hit a 6th one in Game 3, but... wow. I don't even know what to say. I'm gonna double protect here. I mean, it's not impossible to win, but, like, I had such a good matchup from the beginning of the game, and it just all went downhill from there. And the flip, like, the burnout to Gengar was just a cherry on top right there. As we see Lokit going into Terrakion and the Flare Blitz going on to Venusaur. Okay. But Tail and Peter's out here. Another question is whether my opponent's going to switch out that Kangaskhan or not. I don't think that Arcanine can really hit me for too hard. So I'm tempted to Rock Slide here, but you know what? I'm just going to go straight for the CC. And I'm going to actually go for the Leech Seed onto Arcanine, because with the Flare Blitz, it's going to damage itself a lot, and then I can recover as well. I could have also Sludge Bomb, putting it in Rock Slide KO range. But yeah, I really need to start getting damage off here, which is why I'm close combating Kangaskhan, despite it might wanting to switch out into, say, the Suicune. Yep, it does switch out, so good play by my opponent here. Into what I think is Aegislash. Okay. So... okay, there's the close combat from Arcanine, so very well played on my opponent's end. I have no words. The thing is, Venusaur can still solo this game, so it's not over yet. Definitely not over yet. But... okay, I was gonna say, Leech Seed's probably gonna miss here as well, but at least that doesn't miss. And I did get the Leech Seed off, but... oh, man. Alright, let's see. Gonna bring in my Bisharp. Wondering whether I should predict the Arcanine to switch out / protect, but... I think I should just go for the Sucker Punch. Yeah, I'm just gonna Sucker Punch and Leech Seed, Aegislash. Like, my opponent's Arcanine doesn't want to switch out right now, because if it comes back in, it's just going to give me a Defiant boost, so perfect. I do get the Sucker Punch off. After the defense drop from close combat, going to be able to knock it out. So, hey, at least, you know, slowly bringing things into my favor. The thing is, had I hit Will-O-Wisp onto the Kangaskhan one of those 3 times, I'd actually feel very good about this game, just because Venusaur can just solo through my opponent's entire team. But obviously not the case here, as Aegislash does go for the substitute of itself. But good turn for me there. At least I pick up a knockout, and I get a Leech Seed off against the Aegislash. But Kangaskhan's definitely coming in here. No doubt in my mind. Man, I really wish I hit at least one freaking Will-O-Wisp. That's the first time I think in Gen 5 I missed 3 in a row, but Kangaskhan's gonna come back out here. Now the question is, do I predict it to fake out Venusaur? Okay, I need to get this turn right. If I get this turn right, I can still win. So the question is, does it low kick Bisharp? Or does it just target down Venusaur with a double target into Venusaur with a fake out / Shadow Ball? I think the protect play is obvious from Bisharp. So I'm just going to Sucker Punch. And I'm going to go for the Leech Seed onto it as well. Oh, actually that was a very dumb move on my end. Because it's going to go for the low kick here. Yeah. Well, I should have... because if my opponent were to fake out with Kangaskhan there onto Venusaur, like, Sucker Punch wouldn't have even worked. So, I mean, I guess this ends up working alright because I get the Leech Seed off, but I just misplayed. Man, I really wish I called that turn correctly, but that was a really 50-50 play. I don't think Venusaur could solo through 3 of my opponent's Pokemon in the first place, but let's see. Aegislash goes for the Shadow Ball. How much does it do? No special defense drop here, please. Okay. Still living, still living. I just can't stop laughing about this game in general. Man, that is such Pokemon for you. But great play by my opponent to low kick Bisharp, expecting me to attack there. Very nicely done. Had I Sludge Bomb there, I think I actually... It was such a 50-50 call. I'm just gonna protect here. Just get more recovery back. Ken might switch out into Suicune, but if anything, that's even better because my opponent goes on the more defense, and then I can Leech Seed Suicune. So somehow I can still win this, but like I said, oh man. This is just a demonstration of Pokemon for y'all, but if anything, I could have played better too. This Aegislash actually switches out. Okay. I'm alright with that. He just gave up a substitute of his own. Let's see. I don't think Leech Seed recovery is going to knock out the Kangaskhan here, though, which is kind of the biggest issue. Maybe I could have predicted this in Giga Drain, the Suicune switch in, but oh well. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to knock out Kang, but... it hangs on with a sliver of HP. I think I should still Leech Seed. I could double protect here. I could Leech Seed Suicune, or I could Giga Drain. I think Giga Drain is the right call here. Actually, I'm not sure. I'm gonna Giga Drain it. I mean, I don't think I'm winning this game, but let's see. Double Edge comes out. Venusaur takes that relatively well. I guess I should have went for the double there. I don't think Ice Beam's gonna knock me out, but a double target from the Suicune and Aegislash is gonna seal up the deal. So yeah, I get a Giga Drain off here, but I need to crit this. Actually, no, I can't even foresee a way to win here. It's not Citrus though, which is interesting to me. All my opponent has to do here is Ice Beam, and yeah, Aegislash wins this. So I messed up that turn. I mean, once again, it was like one of those 50-50 calls. But had I just protected with Bisharp and Sludge Bomb Kangaskhan, I actually could have won because I could have just Sucker Punch, knocked out Kangaskhan, and Bisharp and Venusaur win me the game. So really frustrated. I mean, this is a demonstration. You should never give up even when luck's not going your way, because if I just made the right call that turn, I would have ended up winning this game. But still, you know. Yeah, there's not much I can really do here. Go for the Giga onto Suicune. I mean, I'd have to hope, like, I don't know. I think it's over. Maybe if I survive a Shadow Ball here, maybe. Still, the fact that Suicune was able to really solo through almost my opponent's entire team is fun in itself. But this is kind of frustrating because I really felt like I had this game, especially right from the start. But you know what? That's fine. Alright, so Aegislash sets up a substitute. This is still doable. Let's see. So what I'm gonna do here is the issue here is we can just alternate stall, right? Like I protect to bait him into attack form, then I don't think Leech Seed goes through substitute. Does it? I'm checking that right now, actually. Don't remember. Yeah, it won't. So if I can knock out the sub, yeah, I don't know. I think this is already a loss. I'm gonna protect to bait out into an attack form, but like I said, it's gonna slowly recover from leftovers. Yeah. Very clutch substitute on my opponent's end there to really seal up the deal here. Yeah, I can't really foresee a way of winning this now that I think about it. I'd have to, like, a crit Giga Drain's probably not even gonna knock it out. I mean, unless my opponent messes up here and goes for, oh wow, he stayed in attack form. Well, there's the window of opportunity I need. But Shadow Ball's probably gonna knock me out here anyway. Let's see though, let's see. The fact that this is still winnable blows my mind. As he does go for another Shadow Ball. How much does that do? 99 HP. Hanging on with 18. Oh, but the Spadef drop. Okay. Yeah. I mean, my opponent here is probably just gonna stay in blade forming attack, so I think I have to bank off getting a crit Giga Drain here. It does stance change though. I mean, okay, even if I went for the Leech Seed at this point, like the special defense drop basically sealed up the game, which is so funny. Like I had another window of opportunity to win, and it was taken away once again. You know, I could predicted to set up a sub here. It's over. It's over. My one window of opportunity was getting a Leech Seed off. See, because if my opponent didn't get that special defense drop, I could have Leech Seeded it. Okay, it does go for the substitute. Alright, I'm just gonna see how many protects I can get off at this rate. This is so ridiculous. This is such a stalling battle. I'm sorry, guys, for making you guys sit through this. But I'm not gonna give up until it's over, though at this point it may very well be over. Let's see, though. Let's see. If I didn't get that special defense drop, I might have actually been able to pull it out, but I'm not gonna give up though, like I said. Let's see. The fact that I got the Leech Seed off was good in the first place, but perhaps a turn too late because I needed to Leech Seed the turn before. Hey, but the fact I was able to bring it this close is fun in itself. Definitely frustrating start to the game, but that's Pokemon for you. Oh man, if my opponent didn't get the special defense drop, could have very well been able to pull it off. You know what? I think I'm going to go for the double here. A double here plus Giga Drain recovery might allow me to win it. Maybe it'll allow me to. Whereas, even if I were to Giga Drain here, I don't think I can take another Shadow Ball, so I'm going to go for it. Please, Venusaur, get this Protect off. Oh, we still living, boys. We still living. Oh my gosh. This might happen. This might happen. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how much I can heal. This is such a crazy battle. Oh my god. Let's see how much I heal back. Actually, I don't think so. I don't think. Maybe I can go for. Do I go for another one? Oh, I really want to. I really want to. Giga Drain won't heal back enough, I don't think. I'm gonna go for it. Oh. Oh. Yeah, that special defense drop really ruined the game. But I'm gonna stop complaining about that. I've been whining about it for a while. Do I Giga Drain or Protect? I'm going for the Giga. Oh, this is hard. This is really hard. I don't think I can take another one. Alright, Protect it is. Oh, I thought I got it for a second. Yeah, that's gonna be game, I think. So close. Mega Venusaur was this close to pulling it through. Good game to my opponent. So, in reflection, I felt like I played that game pretty well, but obviously when you use Will-O-Wisp, you rely on that accuracy, and that was not good. That Flare Blitz learn was so untimely too. Like, everything that went wrong in this game really did. But that's Pokemon for you, and once again, I can't stress enough how even with all this bad luck, I still could have very well pulled it through if I just played a bit better. So I'm going to drop down to 1840 there, which is definitely demoralizing. I think the most upsetting thing is, like, I had that game at so many different points, and I kind of messed up here and there, but the burnout to Kangaskhan would have been so monumental for the late game, just because Kangaskhan was the one thing that really heavily damaged my Venusaur. As the Aegislash, we're going to find a 1796 rated player for our second game of the day, so that was a very intense first game. Really fun for sure, as, wow, interesting team here. Liepard, Rotom Wash, Raikou, Aegislash, Garchomp, and Salamence. So the Liepard is definitely the most interesting thing, but Raikou is also really interesting. I'd guess Mega Salamence on my opponent's end. Once again, Venusaur here, pretty solid. Once again, question is, who do I lead with? I think Gengar here is tempting because it can't get faked out. It can just kind of taunt things away. So I'm going to go with Gengar, and I actually like Gengar's Venusaur with Suicune and Bisharp in the back. And I feel pretty good about that, so I'm just going to lock in. The reason why I'm relatively confident about my picks this time around is I know I don't want to bring Heatran, given my opponent has Rotom Wash, it has Garchomp. Two of the Pokemon Heatran really doesn't like going up against in this format. And I know I don't want to bring the Terrakion here either. Terrakion just does not look very good against my opponent's team. Can't one-hit KO anything other than the Liepard, maybe the Raikou, but Liepard often has Focus Sash as its item. Liepard, you know, Baz Anderson, as I mentioned in a previous episode, did win the European Regionals with it, with the Liepard Breloom team. And Raikou, we featured a bunch on Road to Ranked earlier. But we're going to see the Liepard and Raikou leads come right out. So, cool to see that. Of course, Liepard gets access to Encore, which is something you should definitely watch out for if you're playing against one. I think what I'm going to do this first turn is go straight for the Icy Wind, Mega Evolve, and just Sludge Bomb the Raikou. Yeah. Sludge Bomb here will put it also in Sucker Punch KO range. Bisharp here is pretty good for the matchup as well. Yeah, that last game though, man, that last game. Hopefully, since I'm playing this before Regionals this weekend, I am getting all my bad luck out of the way. Okay, we see Fake Out coming straight out onto Venusaur. Fine by me. It does have the extra Sensory, which is an attack previous Raikous have carried as well. Going onto the Gengar though, so that's fine. Venusaur not going to take damage here, as hopefully Icy Wind connects here. At this point, I'm just expecting all my moves to miss, man. It does a substantial amount of damage, honestly, to both of my opponent's Pokemon. So great there. Obviously, I didn't want to protect there with Venusaur first turn because I could just get trapped into Encore by the Liepard. So that was good. That was definitely a good turn. Tempted to double up into Raikou right now with a Sludge Bomb Giga Drain, because Liepard's not really a threat right now, so I'm going to go for that. Ooh, but we see the Fake Tears coming out, probably targeting Venusaur. Oh man, I really wish I switched that into Bisharp. I think the Raikou's still going to outspeed my Venusaur. Yeah, it does. Ouch. That's probably going to be a knockout here. Yeah. Nice play. I always forget about those fake tier plays. But that's okay. I get to bring in Bisharp here. Rough episode today. That was not a good start, especially given how good Venusaur was against my opponent's team. But, okay. At this point, I think I'm gonna Icy Wind and knock off, predicting a switch out. Okay, Raikou switches out. Show me Garchomp or Salamence. That's Rotom Wash. Oh, Liepard going for the Sucker Punch. Wow. Normally you see Liepard with, wow, I'm blanking out on the attack name right now, actually. I get the knockoff off, but that's... I'm gonna actually pick up the KO here. But, yep, it did have the Focus Sash. Did not expect that Sucker Punch. Yeah, I was gonna say, normally Liepards carry Foul Play. This one did not. Carrying Sucker Punch instead, that also caught me off guard because I was expecting Gengar to stay around for a turn longer. So it's not really looking too good right now. This Suicune is not in an optimal position, as we're going to see the Raikou come back out. Let's see, how can I still win this game? I can Tailwind, and I can protect Bisharp here. I mean, my opponent here is probably going to Will-O-Wisp, Bisharp, and T-Bolt Suicune, so what I could do is Sucker Punch Raikou and just take the WoW, but I don't know. If I take the WoW, then I just don't have a way to knock out Rotom Wash, unless my opponent's last one is Salamence, to which I can get the Defiant boost. So maybe I should actually do this play, yeah. Unless Raikou might protect here. It actually switches out. Great play by my opponent there. Excellent play. Into the Salamence. That is going to give me the boost, but... oh, man. If I knocked off Rotom Wash there. Or if I just protect it with Bisharp, too. Too aggressive of a play there. Oh, this episode, man. This episode. Another Will-O-Wisp miss. This time from my opponent's end. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna just Ice Beam Mence and knock off the, Rotom Wash here. Wow. So people say one reason they increased Will-O-Wisp accuracy is because, of my world set in 2013, which might actually be true. Even the people at Game Freak and at Pokemon said that they watch the World Championships every year, to figure out what they should adjust about the games. So after they saw me miss 506, maybe they did include that change, bumping it up from 75 to 85, but the changes have not been helpful today. I don't think we've seen a single Will-O-Wisp connect in 4 tries. There, but Salamence is going to Mega Evolve here. Let's see what my opponent goes for. Protect from Salamence. I think Rotom's probably going to protect here as well, but let's see. It doesn't! Wow! Huh. Somehow, some way, I found a way to win this match. Wow. Okay. Oh, this gets interesting now. As the Raikou is going to come out. So I could just Sucker Punch Ice Beam here. But I kind of want to protect Bisharp here from a potential Earthquake. I don't know what kind of Mence this is, though. That's the main thing. You know what? I'm actually going to protect Bisharp here. I'm going to play it safe. Let's see. Okay, no Protect coming out. I don't think Ice Beam... yeah, barely misses out on the KO. Oh, it is the Hyper Voice. Okay, so it's Special Mence. Ooh, the double into Suicune. Does that knock me out? Oh, it does! I feel like I've been making the wrong play every time. It's like when I should be playing more offensively, I don't. When I play more defensively. Yikes. Yeah, that was a bad play. Definitely a bad play. My opponent expected Protect from Bisharp and capitalized off it. All I had to do was Sucker Punch Raikou and Ice Beam. I think double Protect here is the safe play here, but my opponent might just Protect with one and attack with the other. Sucker Punch, but who? Okay, I'm targeting Mence here. I think Raikou might protect. Oh, I hate these 50-50s, man. Oh, no protect from either. So now it's going to come down to whether T-Bolt can knock out Bisharp. I honestly think it can. But let's see. 99 HP. Bisharp. Oh! Knocks me out. Rough day, guys. Rough day. Definitely slightly upset with how I played. I mean, I got lucky enough in that last game, given that my opponent missed the Will-O-Wisp to start off. But I shouldn't have protected that turn with Bisharp. You know, I had Tailwind up. I knew Ice Beam probably wasn't going to knock out the Salamence. I should have just Sucker Punched the Raikou and Ice Beam, but I was predicting it to be like a physical set like the ones I've been running, and I was afraid of the Earthquake coming out. So I tried to play a bit safer, and it really didn't end up working out in my favor. So definitely demoralizing, but lots of great lessons to learn, and you know, props to my opponent for having a Raikou, because that's awesome. I don't know if that Salamence had a fire type attack or a ground type attack to actually knock me out there. I presume it would have, but maybe Sucker Punching Raikou would have been a better play. I mean, I think it was the right move for my opponent not to protect there with either, but the most frustrating losses are when you see that you have these window of opportunities to win after you make the plays. So that's definitely a bit upsetting. And I know, of course, you guys may be asking, like, oh, it's so obvious, these plays are so obvious, why didn't you make for him? And sometimes I do not overestimate, I go a bit into my head too much, so, you know, game 1 definitely was a bit much, but game 2 here, well, first of all, my opponent played excellently with the Liepard doubling up into the Venusaur immediately. That set me back from behind a lot, and, you know, I had that one window of opportunity to win, and I targeted down the wrong Pokemon, so today, both the 50-50 calls not really working in my favor, but very nicely done by my opponent throughout, both opponents. So we're going to drop a bunch of points there, but you know what? I don't mind. They were two great players, and they were really fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and of course, I will be bringing you another one. Don't forget to check out St. Louis Regionals, which will be up tomorrow, twitch.tv/Pokemon. Hopefully, I'll see you guys there. But yeah, that's it for this episode, guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.